There's too much information. You ain't gotta tell me all the details. There's just too much.
I'm Smauggy Dread, and this is Chell P, and we're just gonna have a little discussion about some music. This is gonna be fun. All right, Chell.
What's up, my guy?
How you doing?
You made it.
Yes.
Sorry I'm late.
It's fashionably
I
late.
fell asleep on the couch having a nap with my cat.
Yeah.
You know how that shit goes.
Right. So what is the symbolism of the bee?
The whole bee symbolism, I guess I could say it started, kind of initiated back in 2013. Before like the whole logo and shit. I only had the logo for a couple years, but I guess the whole resonation kind of started with my my good friend Megan back in 2013 when I first started out doing this stuff. She kind of hit me up one day. I was like, "Yo, Chell, I think your spirit animal is a bumblebee." And I was like, "Word." But there's more. So,
I like that.
Right around the same time, my sister Megan as well started working at like a bee farm.
Okay.
In the valley for a couple years. So that was all cool or whatever. And so yeah, I don't know, I just went by calling myself the Bumblebee, buzzing up and bumbling. It was just kind of my shit, which is funny. And then
Chell P the Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So Too Much Information is a song which seemingly lampoons modern mass media consumption and saturation. Going back to 2017, the single Kill Your TV, it would seem that to think for yourself has been an ongoing theme of yours for a while. How would you say things have changed since then?
Word, yeah, that's a good correlation. Yeah, those songs are a good like 2 or 3 years apart, but how have things changed? I wouldn't say things have really changed much, really. It's kind of the same political, like social awareness kind of theme, you know? It's kind of how I started writing. I guess the only way it's really changed since then is like I'm just trying to broaden my horizons as an artist and develop that way. I found I was kind of just running out of substance, so I kind of had to like change it up. Either the way I was recording or just like the way I was living. I find sometimes you gotta like go out there and live and experience things to even have things to talk about, or you kind of just like get dry, get into a rut, right? Yeah, so it's always good like collaborating with other artists too. I find I thrive that way. So yeah, I wouldn't really say things have changed much, just like the sound of it is different, but I think it's the same message, more or less.
It's a message at the core, absolutely. At the end of the song, Too Much Information, there's a sample. I want you to get up now, open the window, stick your head out and yell, "I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore." I think many of your generation would agree there's a lot to be mad about right now. What makes you mad right now?
Makes me mad. Yeah, it's a good sample. It's from What Makes Me Mad. Fuck. What Dane makes me mad. Dane pisses me the fuck off. So that's 1, 2. What else? Fuck.
Some good brotherly love right there.
You know, like when you go. You know when you go to the corner store, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to get like an Oreo ice cream sandwich from the little ice cream freezer, and they're out of Oreo ice cream sandwiches, so it's like, fuck, I guess I'll just settle for whatever. It's cool. I'll grab a fucking caramel drumstick. It's all good. So you grab the drumstick and you go up to the counter and you're like, shit, I don't have my wallet. I couldn't have got the Oreo thing even if I wanted to. That shit pisses me off. That shit pisses me the fuck off. That happened to me the other day. Yeah, it's not really relevant to anything, but
I hear that. Fuck. Is it the artist's responsibility to champion their beliefs, in your opinion?
Yeah, man, it's definitely the artist's responsibility to champion their beliefs. That doesn't go to say that artists can't change their beliefs. You know, like Joe Rogan, for example, gets a lot of flack because he used to be super into conspiracies, like the moon, it's a fucking satellite, the shit's not real, and now he's just like totally switched up his game, and so people are like, really? You know, everyone's fucking tinfoil hat wearer. So I think basically, yeah, it is the responsibility of the artist to champion their belief, but it's also the responsibility to communicate with their fans if they have a change of heart or something like that. You know?
I like that you mentioned that. I think that's pretty much the mission statement in science, right? Is you follow the best theory until you find a better one.
Yeah, I could agree.
Yeah. You said before you don't really listen to a lot of music. Is that still true? And if so, where do you find your inspiration?
I wouldn't say I don't listen to music. I just don't think I listen to enough music, really. I should, especially as an artist, to see like what's popping right now, what's not. I mean, where do I find my inspiration? I don't know. I mean, I find sometimes my inspiration just finds me, you know. Like I said, I've been kind of getting stale, like trying to write by myself. So I really, really thrive like around other artists or building off a concept that maybe they started off on the track. I find once someone gets me on track, it's a lot easier for me in the process.
Absolutely. Just to keep things interesting, craziest drug story.
Craziest drug story?
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know. I got one. It's not me on the drugs, but it's my girlfriend Jazz when she accidentally took acid.
Accidentally.
Right. So she'd never done it before, right? So it was actually a fucking hilarious story. So it was the PC's festival, if you're familiar with it. Yep. They had it in Muscadala. Shout out to like Jess James and the whole PC staff and family. Yeah, so we had a set. It was supposed to be at 10 o'clock, me and Myers, but I was day drunk and sun fucked. So I missed the set, but my good buddy Brett was DJing at 12, so he like let us jump on his set. Anyways, regardless, we're doing our set, we're fucking killing it. And my girlfriend's in the crowd, whatever, but right near the end of the set, like everyone like crowded around her. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? So I jump off the stage, I'm still rapping and shit, run over to like this crowd, and just Jasmine, my girlfriend, just like on the fucking ground, like tearing the grass out of the ground, and she's like putting it on herself. She's like, I am the earth, I am the earth. And I was like, what the fuck's wrong with this girl? Anyway, so like finished the set. She was cool. I thought like she might have like passed out. Anyway, it wasn't until the next day we figured out Meg's fucking finally broke the seal, said what was up. So Meg's was actually had acid on her tongue and was drinking a Colt 45, and it came out of her mouth and was in the can, and then her and Jasmine were both drinking the Colt 45, so she accidentally started flying off some acid, just like...
Your sister drugged your girlfriend.
Yeah, pretty much. It was such a funny story. It actually happened.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, she was out of it.
How would you explain group chat to people? And what can we look forward to from you guys?
We're group chats we're just a bunch of solo artists that have the same... We have a common goal, you know what I mean? And we, I guess, eventually just realized... there's strength in numbers, and if we're all... And it keeps us all active, too. We're all, like, you know... getting on songs together, and so we're just gonna shine brighter together, and from there it just trickles down. We all still do our own solo music, and so the group music really just helps complement all that. So
I think that goes back a little bit to the previous question when you said, you know, working with other artists.
Right.
Sometimes
especially for me, it's really nice. Just jumping on tracks, you know. A lot of people have more initiative, so it's like I always have like shit to just jump on. If it's nice to have that option, you know. So
So that brings me to I wanted to ask you about the Airbnb and the recording session, the EPs you guys were working on. What was that like? What was the creative environment there like, and who got the idea to rent an Airbnb and turn that into a recording studio? I think it's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think honestly what inspired it was the Revenge of the Dreamers, like the J. Cole and Dreamville video they did there. I think that was literally what inspired, like renting out the space, having different little rooms for shit and being productive the whole time. And so like we conceived group chat I think in September, but I was away for 2 months, so in that time like, you know, we had like 40 songs written, ready to go. So once we locked into the studio, like it was constant. Like we were just recording shit, pumping shit out, and in the other rooms people were writing, and like it was just an awesome experience. Like, and everyone stayed on track. It was really dope, and I look forward to doing it again soon.
That sounds sick. Yeah. Who pushes you the most competitively?
Competitively, probably the people I work with, man. Like the people that are close to me that I work with, you know, like hip hop's obviously got a natural competitiveness to it.
Like, do you ever feel like you go on a song, you know, and say Frantic will lay down a verse? Yeah. And then you hear it and you're like, oh
hell yeah, I like that.
I have to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah,
now.
that song I did with Fee, where he sent Get It. He sent me that. That was just a beautiful beat, and then I heard him on. I'm like, yeah, I gotta like challenge myself now, right? Like that's what I like though. I like being challenged by my peers, and like, yeah, I gotta fucking go hard on the track, right? Gotta eat them.
Absolutely.
Just, you know.
What is it like working with and performing with your sister?
It's pretty awesome, man. I'm really impressed with her. It's cool seeing her so confident, and like she's growing really fast as an artist, and she's good too, you know. So like I did like the first show with her. She was a little nervous, so I like performed with her the first time, and ever since there she's just been good to go. Like man, it's cool to see, man. I'm happy for her.
That's awesome. Yeah. What's your favorite thing to eat for breakfast? Pussy.
Nah, I don't know, I'm not picking you in.
I ain't trying to hear it lately, no. I've been drinking drinking spirits. Got some time to contemplate some complicated lyrics. And I'm obviously the rarest breed, yeah. No comparing me to anybody